Medical training in the north has hit a hurdle. Plans to gradually build a health sciences center at UNBC to train physiotherapists and others has been put on the back burner. It's a huge disappointment for the medical community.
Okay, ready? On the count of three. 1, 2, 3.
It was launched in 2012 as a pilot program to have 20 UBC physiotherapy students complete their clinical training in the north.
The project was supposed to run for 1 year, and then those 20 seats were to become the foundation seats in a Faculty of Health Sciences. So the government was to supply the supports. And gradually working with UBC, this Faculty of Health Sciences would be built from the ground up.
This health sciences program, run in conjunction with UNBC and UBC, would eventually add disciplines such as occupational therapy, speech-language pathology, and others. However, the local medical community has been told those plans have been shelved.
It requires not just funding for the seats and the faculty, it also requires funding for buildings and infrastructure. So what we've heard from the Ministry of Advanced Ed at the moment is they don't have the funding at the moment to be able to do that in this fiscal year. But we're still working with them on whether we can do this in the next 1 or 2 fiscal years coming.
Dr. Dave Snadden says UBC and UNBC are still working closely with government to make the health sciences program a reality.
Does a year's delay matter if we can establish it in a better footing? I'm not sure it does. I think in the long term it won't make a lot of these programs. I'm sure are going to happen, and I think it's a question of making sure that when we establish them, they're established with a successful foundation.
The focus of medical training of late has been train in the north, stay in the north. For years, medical professionals have been trained elsewhere with the hope they would come to rural BC to hang a shingle.
With very few exceptions, they don't move north. So at what point do we regard this as a failed strategy and move on to something new? We thought this was it. And I must say I'm shocked to find that a Liberal minister would break faith with the north in this way.
Dr. Bert Kelly agrees. While such health sciences training in the north would be costly, he would like to remind Victoria of where the vast majority of its wealth comes from. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.